Hi YouTubers, this is Marianne, Crafting with Sam. I'd like to welcome everyone back to my channel. Today we're going to start making the oyster shell Santas. But before I do that, I'd like to send some love and energy and peace to everyone who's watching. And I'd also like to thank my daughter Kaylin, who's been doing these videos for me. So, let's get started. We're going to take this oyster shell. You can almost see the side, okay, the hat, the face, and the beard on here. So what you want to do is build the shell up. So you're going to take some clay. And you're going to work it into the shell. I work with water a lot with this paper clay, and it will mold right in. See how it just smooths, and it's just works great. So this is going to be a part of the face, so we want to build that area up also. So again, put a wad of that clay in there, wet your fingers, and work it in. Again, into the hat area. Wet your fingers, work it in. You want a nice smooth finish on it. Keep your fingers wet and moist because it moves the paper clay around really well. So you can almost see it starting to form. And I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this part because you basically know you're going to fill the shell in until it gets to an area like this. So let's take one of these shells. We'll put that one aside. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some sandpaper and we're going to do a light sand on it. Okay, so you're going to look at your shell and you're going to determine, do you want to keep that as the top of the hat? Do you want to make a hat that extends down? So let's get a little bit of the paper clay. Again, we're going to work it into the top of the shell. Wet it. Keep your fingers moist and wet. And we're going to start forming a hat on the Santa's head. I got this little knife from the dollar store, and it works great for smoothing the clay into the shell. So you're going to keep it wet and just keep molding it till you get the shape you want. Can you see the hat is starting to form? Just keep adding a little bit till you get it to where you want it. Work it under, and it will dry nice and hard. So you can see the hat starting to form already. So let's start working on the brim. You're going to get some of the paper clay and you're going to roll it to the thickness. You can make it however thick you want. And you're going to start the brim of the hat. So you get the clay, pinch it off, and you want to work it into there. So get your knife, press down, and then you're going to get your finger and you're going to wet it and you're going to get it into that hat part. And you're going to do the same on the bottom. You want to wet it. Get the knife down You're sealing it into the shell, and you're going to wet it again. And you can see it's starting to form already. You can leave it like this, or you can make it look like fur. So I have this little sculpting tool. You can get in Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And what you want to do if you want to put a design into it, you just press all over it. I'm sure you could do it with the end of a plastic spoon too. So there you're getting your design to make it look like it's a little fur. Okay, so let's start a nose going. Every one of my noses are different. I just get a glob of clay. Play with it. Put it on there. And keep your fingers wet again. And you're going to thin it and you're going to work it down. I'm sorry, it's really hard for me to work in a direction where you can actually see it. You're going to take your knife, you're going to press the clay in. And you can actually see the nose starting to form. Keep it wet until you get the nose, the shape you really want to see it on there. See the nose starting to form. Put some indents on the side. And then to make the openings on the inside of the nose, you're just going to take a little end of the skewer and you're going to press in. Hold the tip of the nose when you're doing this so it doesn't dislocate from the shell. And you're starting to get the nose. You can see the nostrils in there starting to form. Okay, so we're going to get some more of the clay. We're going to roll it again. And we're going to start making the mustache. Just keep playing. The clay is very soft and pliable, so it's really easy to work with. Just make sure you keep it in an airtight container. So we're pressing that down, and we're going to work that in. I usually let it dry before I do the different stages because it's easier that way. It's hard working with the wet clay. So dip your knife in, get it wet. Okay, we're going to work that in. Like I said, I usually let it dry. Too much clay, cut off what you don't need, get it back in there. And you're going to start making the mustache. So again, get your knife, wet it, and you're going to press it into the shell. And then you're going to wet it, and you're going to work it in so it becomes nice and smooth. You're going to do that also on the inside. Wet your knife, press it in. Make sure you get it on both sides. Wet it, work it in. I'm trying to rush along here today, I'm sorry. So you see the face starting to form already, right? So to get the detail into the mustache, you're going to take your knife and you're going to press into the mustache. And you're going to make slits and cuts at the top. Like I said, it's very hard to work when it's wet. I usually let it dry and work a little bit at a time. So you're making your cuts into the clay and you see it starting to form. When you're coming around the sides, you're going to swoop in. Make your cuts in. Make your cut, come swirl it in, in, in. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. You're going to make your cuts until you get it to where you like it, until you're comfortable. Well, I hope this gave you an idea. In our next series, we'll finish making the face. We still have the eyebrows to do and the mouth to do. Play with that mustache when you get it and work those little hairs in. I want to thank you for watching me today. Let me dry my hands off. I'm going to have my Santas in a store in Skip Pack, Pennsylvania, but I'm also going to be selling them if anyone is interested. I have from extra large to small. This is an extra large shell. Here's another one. And I just want to thank you for viewing and watching. If you like, give me a nice thumbs up. And I just wanted to show you what a future, I would like to start doing some woodworking with you. Nice piece of pine from Home Depot, and we can turn it into that. Thank you for watching. Bye.